There's nobody here on the Royal Promenade right now. Well, there are some groups of people here. I believe they're waiting for some people so they can get the shit themselves and go start having fun. Alright, it's actually quite peaceful here in the Royal Promenade. If you notice, I'm wearing a different color shirt now. It's because I actually went back to the room and got a shower. I just felt so disgusted after being on the ship for a good hour and a half. I just felt so disgusting, so sweaty. So I decided to go run up to the room and get a shower. Plus while I was there, I got my soda cup, so I can get soda from the machine. And one thing I noticed about those machines, the freestyle soda machines, is that there's actually inside a cup, there's a chip inside a cup that the machine reads to allow you to get soda. And if you don't have that cup, then the machine actually won't work. It'll say on the screen, chip not detected. Because when I first tried to use the machine, I had a problem with the machine because it kept saying chip not detected, so I started playing with the cup, and then eventually I got it to work. So I'm gonna probably go to Wipeout Cafe in a little bit and get some lunch. It's almost noon. I'm gonna see what I got. Sorrento's doesn't start serving pizza till 2 p.m. today, so I'll figure out what to do in a little bit. Royal Promenade is really not packed at all because we're in port right now. Here, I'm gonna show you. See, there's no one over there. A few staff. See this people over here. And see this space no one over here where the Starbucks is, see? So no one over here. Alright, I'm over here at the Starboard F elevators. I'm gonna take an elevator up to deck 15 and then go over to the Wipeout Cafe and get some lunch. So I'm starting to get hungry already, and it just turned noon. So I'll see you when I get up there. Alright, just made it to deck 15. Before I go to Wipeout Cafe, there's something very interesting I want to show you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this stuff, but check this out. This here on deck 15, by the aft elevators, actually shows what got introduced on what class. I'm going to read them all to you. It says here, Studio B was introduced on the Voyager class ships. Cantilever jacuzzis introduced on the Freedom class ships. The Aqua Theater introduced on the Oasis class ships. Flowrider introduced on Freedom class ships. Carousel introduced on Oasis class ships. The Windjammer introduced on Sovereign class ships. Sovereign's the Majesty of the Seas, by the way. Central Park introduced on Oasis class ships. Glass Bridges introduced on the Freedom class ships. Boxing Ring introduced on Freedom class ships. And there's more on this side by where the Song of Norway things are. Now look at this. Rock climbing walls introduced on the Voyager class ships. Zipline introduced on Oasis class ships. Centrum introduced on Sovereign class ships. Solarium introduced on Vision class ships. The Viking Crown, it was introduced on the Song of Norway, which I don't think that ship sails anymore. Royal Promenade was introduced on Voyager class ships. Boardwalk introduced on the Oasis class ships. Miniature Golf introduced on the Vision class ships. And the H2O Zoom was introduced on the Freedom class ships. That's pretty interesting that they have that. And I'll see it's right here by the Song of Norway. See, that's the very first ever Viking Crown Lounge. It's backwards. And also the Empress of the Seas has it like that also, but it's a little wider. I want to say the Sovereign class was the first class of ship in the Royal Caribbean's fleet to have it facing forward and not backwards. That's pretty neat that they have that banger showing what got introduced out of what class. Alright, Wipeout Cafe actually opens today at 3 p.m. till 5:30 p.m. So I'm gonna see if the Windjammer is open yet or not. I don't know if you guys can see it though, but on that Gemini ship right next to us, it looks like their pool and hot tubs are drained. See, there's their pool's drained, and there's their hot tub. There's their other hot tub. Looks like they drained their pool and hot tub out. Ships, the Allure didn't do that well in port. The pools on the Allure are full. Alright, just made it to the Windjammer. I'm gonna get some food from there, of course. So I'll show you what I get this time once I get what I'm getting for lunch. Alright, so for lunch today, I got my usual burger, fries, and a hot dog. This time with the fries, I put some cheese sauce thing on it. It tastes good actually. I tried one of them already. It tastes really good, so I'll come back to you when I'm done with lunch. Here's what I got for dessert. I got a cupcake and a piece of cake. Both look really good, so I've had this before. That's good. First time eating this cupcake. I'll let you know how it tastes. Sorry the camera looks a little blurry to you. So I get back to the room, and I saw this letter on the door. So let's see what it is. It says here, we would like to invite you to get in on all the big action of Casino Royale and try your luck on a wide variety of Vegas-style games, including slots, blackjack, roulette, three-card poker, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and dice. Here's a special offer right here. It says your special offer is claim your $5 free play at any slot machine by using a personal banker. This item is valid until 10 p.m. on Saturday, June 13th. What better incentive would you need to take a gamble on winning that one bet raffle where a registered bet of as low as $1 could win you up to $500 off your portfolio? Just place a bet at any slot machine by using your C-Pass card before 9 p.m. on Friday, and you will be automatically entered to win. The raffle winner will be announced Friday at 9:45 p.m. in the casino on deck 4, and you don't need to be present to win. And they gave you a little $5 bill here. It's a fake bill though. Okay, just finishing a few things in here. Sorry, I got the light out. Now, I'm gonna go see what's going on around the ship. Let's go take a peek. I'm walking over to the elevator, so I'm gonna probably go up to deck 15 or 16 and see what I have going on up there. So, see you when I get up there. If you look on this side, it doesn't look very busy at all. Not very busy. On this side though, I'm gonna show you the other side right now. See, look on this side, it's busy on this side of the ship, but it's because people are starting to come back on board from after spending the day on the island, and people just want to come out, relax after doing whatever they did on the island. like, it's mostly adults that come back out to the pools first, because the kiddies are like probably like taking a nap or something. See, it's busy on this side versus the other side of the ship. That plane just took off. Delta Airlines. I booked travel for that too. I don't know if you heard me though, but as that airplane was flying, I said I booked travel for that also. I can book I can be book a cruise, airfare, hotel, car rental, and I just gained access to actually do business with the theme parks, like the parks in Orlando. I can actually help you out with that now too. Just realized that I can do that too. So I'm up here on deck 16, and I just noticed that that sailboat over there is capsized. It's on the side. I wonder, like, the wind knocked it over or something. It's something I'd like to know. Let's see if there's a giant line of people yet that are coming back to the ship. Time is it now? The time is, we don't sail for another almost 3 hours. So, let's see, there's a lot of people that are coming back to the ship now. There's a good line of people returning to the ship. It's a pretty decent line now, people coming back. As I just said, sail await's not for another like 3.5 hours. I'm gonna go to deck 5 and see if we get a better view of people returning back to the ship. See you when I get there. Alright, here's a better view of people returning to the Allure seas. Sail await's in about, if I'm correct, 3 hours. See, here's a good group right there. Here's where you can get a drink before reboarding the vessel. And here's the gangway. Now, because the Allure and the other Oasis ships are gigantic, for a port like this, they need a dual kind of gangway set up because of how big the gangway is, or how big the gangway is, because of how big the ship is. Here, look, watch her come up. See, she comes to the first gangway, and then she'll come up the ship's gangway. Are those guys trying to bring bikes back on the ship? I wonder if they're trying to bring a bike back onto the ship. It looks like they're allowed to bring them back on the ship because the security guard is actually wiping them down. We all have a bike. That one right there, that one, or well, both of them have a bike right there. I'm gonna probably watch sail away from here on deck 5. Just see what it's like with the ship leaving, being on deck 5. Like, you know, with the ship moving back, with the ship moving away from the pier, and then packing out. I might probably do that instead, watch us leave from deck 5. They're actually able to bring bikes back on the ship. That would do. I never knew you could bring a bike on the ship. Unless it's a special holding spot for them. Which there probably is. Okay, we're supposed to be dropping lines around 4:55. And then around 5 o'clock, it's when we're actually supposed to be backing out to then proceed back to Port Everglades.